where we do some pull-ups, and the connection is great, but out where we do the work, it's not as good. Tell me if I disappear. This is the grafting room that I'm walking into now. This is my work table where I see my oysters. Are you guys still following me?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. Now I'm walking across, and here's the nursery where we have plants going. We have some dragon fruit. I'll show that later though. And then pearls, but we'll get more into that later. So it looks like the connection is working so far, so that's good.
Yeah, it sounds great. So
where should we go?
Well, what were you doing today? Were you grafting? You told me this morning you were going to be hard at work, so.
No. So today's Saturday, and we usually don't do any grafting work on Saturday unless there's something that really needs to get done urgently. But for the most part, Saturday is a day to breathe a little bit, sleep in late. Slept in all the way to 6 o'clock this morning, which is great.
Yeah.
And to go fishing, surfing, whatever. Enjoy life in the Tuamotus, which is easy to do.
Absolutely, you live in paradise.
Yeah, it's good. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know if the connection will hold or not, but we'll take a little walk. I know. Here's the. Are you still with me?
Yeah, we are with you. Looks beautiful over here.
Okay.
Look at the clouds.
Yeah, it's a really nice day. This boat that you can see right there, that sailboat, that's Ajax, and that boat is for sale. So if there's anybody out there in internet land that wants to buy a great little sailboat, it is for sale. It's being sold by our good friend Jack, who sailed down here when he was 19 years old. He's a good friend of our son Tevai, and it's a great little boat. Anyway, just throwing it out there.
Excellent. So show us your work space. Where do you seat the oysters? You were telling that.
Yes. So we see so this is the station. It's pretty messy, but it is what it is. This is just where the oysters get opened up by my friend Davey, usually, although he's on vacation. And then they come to here, and this is the room where the seating gets done. And what's important about this room is that the light is actually, you can see the window right here onto the coral head. The sun covered up by clouds, but basically what's important is that there's really strong light coming from behind me. Here I'm sitting at my chair where I sit all day long for 8 or 9 hours, and my oysters go in this clamp right here. They go right there, and what you can see, which is important, is here. This is all dark color. It's like a dark gray, and same with the wall, and that's really important because that allows my eyes to open up and take in more light. The direction of the light is really important. As a grafter, I'm sure you know too, Douglas, that light is everything inside your oyster. So if you have good light, you're going to do good work. So that's what we really focused on when we thought about the build of this grafting room. So over here, this is the little where the tissue gets, and here I'm working the other way, so that is in front of me, and that's so that I can see the graft tissue really well. Here's I'm not sure how well you can see that, or you can see the colors very well, but these are shells that we used this past week, and you can see the color is really strong. There's really nice greens and blues, and these are really choice oysters for the tissue selection. So here the the tissue will be cut out, and then it'll be prepared, and then my assistant will give me the tissue. I sit over there, and he'll hand me the tissue on these pieces of they're plastic, but they're not single use. We actually use them over and over. We sterilize them.
Yeah.
And we put the graft tissue on those bits of paper, and that allows the assistant to deliver me my graft tissue, so I don't have to lose my precious time cutting the graft tissue. The tissue cutting, as you know, Douglas, it's really hard. You know, to do a really good job, you have to have a lot of practice. And Davey, who cuts our tissue now, it took him. He's one of the most manual people I've ever met. He's extremely gifted, just with everything that's manual. And it took him about 3 weeks to get proficient at it, which surprised me because he's so good at everything. I figured it would just be a snap, but even for him, it took him quite a while. So anyway, it's really nice for me to not have to spend that time preparing the graft tissue, and then boom, I can just have it's ready to go, and I can start the seeding operation. So after I've performed the operation, the oyster will back out to that station, kind of messy that it's before coming here. And these are kind of fun. They're so these are all from the last harvest. You can see 1902-20. They're tags that we hand stamp with a hammer and some dies that punch out the numbers, and it's in the French system. So day first, and then month, and then year. And these we're actually holding on to now, and we'll be sending these out with all of our anybody who ordered something on our website that has a pearl on it. We'll send them out a tag so that they can just feel a little bit more connected to the pearl farming process. Like that's our goal, is to bring people into what we're doing here, and share with them what's gone into making their pearl. I feel like that's a story it's not told often enough. I know that you've done a beautiful job in telling it, Douglas. I look forward to hearing about that from you much more in the future.
Yeah, sure. But today we're here for you. And I really like that thing that you're doing, because it connects the dots. And in pearl farming, you're not selling just a thing. You're selling something special. You're actually giving it away like a baby, like you're finding a home for the product.
Yeah,
so tell us a little bit more of why your pearls, your site is so amazing. I mean, it is amazing. I've been wanting to go there for years.
Yeah, well, I paid you a visit. It's your turn to pay me mine. So what makes Ajes special, or at least where we are here at Kamoka, is I think the choices that we've made with how we've treated our oysters and our lagoon. We've sort of self-declared our waters to be a sanctuary. So we don't fish here, and we don't let other people fish here. And everything in the water and even on the land is protected by us. The coconut crabs, which are so delicious, we don't eat them. We protect them, and I make TikToks out of them. So nothing too terrible. So basically just our stewardship of our land and our water. And basically the way that we clean our oysters is with fish populations that are just naturally occurring here. What's so fun about that is that you basically have a fish that has a specialty to eat every kind of marine organism that's out there. For everything that collects and fouls up your oyster, there's a fish species that's perfectly adapted to eat that kind of organism. So basically, by bringing our oysters into these shallow zones where we have our cleaning platforms, all of the fish descend the reef and just go into we open up the baskets, and they go into the baskets, and they clean the inside of the baskets, they clean all the oysters, they clean the outside, and everybody is served. It's this incredibly beautiful democratic thing that happens where all of the species find what they need to survive and thrive. And what that does is that uplifts the entire reef ecosystem. And it's just what I'm the most excited about. I get like goosebumps, like just talking about it. For example, the parrotfish, healthy parrotfish populations means that you'll have healthy reef ecosystems. They eat coral that's dead for the algae that grows on it, and that frees up room on the dead coral for more coral to grow. So if you have healthy populations of parrotfish, your coral is going to tend to be healthier and it's going to more. So I mean that's just one example, and it's just over and over we've been shown that when we choose the environment thrives and we thrive. You know, this message that we have of doing things the way that we do, it resonates with people, and we've seen in the last few years that we're getting traction. You know, where people are appreciating our message, and our social media accounts have been doing well, and online sales have, you know, they're getting better all the time. They're not where we need them to be, but they're getting better, and we're very hopeful for the future. Did I miss anything? I'm sure I did, but
I think you covered it all. I mean, those of us that have been at the Pearl Ruckus for years and years, and we've known you, I mean, this entire story of how interconnected you have become with the environment, it translates, and for us, it resonates within all of us, because, I mean, a healthy environment means healthy pearl oysters, and it means beautiful pearls, but also a pearl that you can feel so proud of, don't you, Celeste? I mean, you're part of the Kamoka Pearl, so it's like a little bit of you guys is in every pearl. So it's not only it's not devoid of it's not soulless. It has like a spirit. So your spirit goes into the pearl as well.
Yeah, that's the way we feel. I mean, it's a hard thing. It's not exactly something that you can communicate, but that's definitely how we feel. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just feel like I'm part of this this thing that's happening here. You know, like the work that goes on, like the oyster seeding that I do, it's a very, very small part of it. It's one little step in the process, and you know, I depend every day on Davey, who is my assistant and my tissue cutter, and we depend on other people to bring us the oysters clean and ready to be opened. And then once the pearl is produced, then I depend on Celeste to you know, to look after the pearl and do the sorting and the jewelry design and all the website work and the social media. And there's so much that goes into it, and it goes beyond the two of us too. And our son Tevai, he's 22, but he's been a huge asset for us. It's been really exciting having him with us, and he's helping us get to the next level that we're shooting for. So basically, like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of there's a lot to be grateful for, and there's a lot of thanks to be given to different people. It's important that everyone understands that we're just part of this process. It's not us, or we're a part of it.
Absolutely. And
at the same time, we're really small, and it's all family. So it's just Josh and I and Tevai and Davey and Patrick, really, at the end of the day. Yeah. And Patty, who's here. she helps us. She strings all of our strands.
That's really important.
We owe a lot to Patty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Patty's been a huge part of our lives, and we're extremely grateful to her and her friendship and pearl expertise. She's very, very sharp. Thank you, Patty.
Okay.
Maybe we would like to have a look at some pearls.
Yes, you told me that you recently had the harvest. So tell us about this year's harvest.
So we just finished a couple weeks ago.
Like a week ago.
Yeah, I guess just over a week ago. I've been grafting now for just over a week. Yeah, and so we had a nice long harvest. I was really lucky in that I had an old friend of ours who used to work here come and visit. JR was his name, and people who've followed our stuff for a while and maybe seen the photos on our website might recognize him as one of the workers in our photos. He came and helped me with some of the actual harvesting and reseeding of the oysters. So that helped me to gain some precious time. So we harvested for well over a month, and we were really surprised by how varied the color was this year. Lots of real unusual colors, lots of coppers and burgundies, and yeah, just a whole. I mean, we'll show you that in a minute, but just lots of variety and fun colors. Quality also seemed very good. It's hard to know exactly though until you do a proper sorting where you enumerate all the different factors. But also the percentage of rounds was very good. We hit I think 47% rounds on the entire harvest. So nearly half of all the pearls harvested were rounds, which I was very happy with, because as a farmer, Douglas, you know that all pearls are beautiful, but the ones that help you pay the bills the best are the round ones. So we're really happy with this harvest. We're excited about it. We have it sorted in a kind of a preliminary way. Celeste has been hard at work at that for quite a few days now. And we're going to take it all back to the States in about a month and start getting it out to the world, which is neat. We've been focusing much more lately on wholesale. So we've been opening up our store to new wholesale clients that resonate with our message of oyster love. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything?
No.
Okay,
So yeah, we'll take a little walk into the pearl room.
Absolutely. Show us around.
So it's pretty messy. We're not going to show you everything, but
it's a farm.
So right, you get it. So so first of all, let's see. So that room back there that you can see, that's where we were earlier, where I was showing you the tags. That's one of two grafting rooms that we have. Back about 20 years ago, we had two grafters, two assistants over there. The assistants were cutting the mantle tissue, cutting the byssal threads, and giving the technicians ready to seed oysters with nothing to do. So as a technician, I was able to do up to 650 oysters per day. And my partner, who worked on the other side, he was faster than me. He could do 680, 700 sometimes. So that was just that one side. And then over here on the opposite side, we had, I have to step back a little bit. We had this mirror image of the room that I was just talking about. And so now it's more of a clutter catcher than anything else. But it's also been it's been a great place to have a little nursery. We don't have a whole lot going on now, although we do have a very exciting dragon fruit shoot that just started. I don't know if you can see that or not, but but what this has been really, really good for is we started a couple dozen trees from the primary forest, which is this kind of tree that covered all of the tuamotus before the coconut industry came in, and they all got cut down and replaced by coconut trees. Yeah. So we're on our own land here at Kamoka. We're replanting the primary forest. So
that's fantastic.
In about 20-25 years, we should have a pretty good forest here. So this has been the nursery where we've gotten all the little saplings going. So that's very exciting. And now I have other than passion fruit and just some random stuff. But so basically, this room has been sort of the designated nursery. That's my dad making a racket.
You should just go see your dad.
Yeah, let's go see my dad.
Yeah, sure. We still have 5 minutes.
Oh, right. Wow, we're almost at the end. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll make it quick. So this is my father, Patrick.
Hello.
He's
hello,
busy.
Patrick.
He's always busy.
Hello.
Busy hands.
He's busy. He's busy fixing a machine.
I have my glasses. I have to put my glasses on. Hello, how are you?
Fantastic, Patrick. Great to see you finally in the flesh.
We're muted. There we go. Say that again.
Hello, how are you?
We're fantastic, Patrick. Thank you very much for having us over there at your farm with Josh and the family.
No problem. My pleasure.
So here he's looks like he's fixing the
No, I'm cleaning up the just cleaning up the place.
All right, so we're gonna get back to the room, but yeah. Anyway, that's my dad. This is our dog Cootie.
Hey. Lazy Saturday.
Okay, so pearls. This should be about pearls, not about everything else random.
It's all about everything.
This is my
cool.
office.
Yeah, this is Celeste's office, exactly. So basically, I'm just gonna try to show you guys what we have going on here. You can see, I don't know if you can see the colors.
Oh yeah.
Or not, but cool. The sun just came out. So I don't know. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah, especially when they're in the water, you can see the assortment of colors.
Yeah.
Patricia is asking, how do you clean the pearls?
So you can give them basically the easiest way to clean pearls is just to take your cotton shirt that you're wearing and just give them a good hard rub. You know, they get gunked up with the oils from your body usually, and you can just rub them straight off with cotton. You could do something more aggressive, like rub them with salt. That's fine too. But I think the easiest, simplest thing is just to give them a good wipe down. Like the pearl that I wear, if I'm wearing a shirt, which I don't do very often, in fact, I never do out here, I just rub it with I just rub the pearl with the shirt and it shines up just fine. You want to hear, Celeste? I feel like you should step in.
Huh?
Do you want to just take the phone? Yeah.
You
want to just be me? No, just be you.
What am I doing? Hi.
Hello, Celeste. Good to see you again.
Hi. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so
how many pearls did you harvest this year?
We actually haven't counted them yet.
Oh, okay. So you will have to let us know how many.
Hold on, Josh just unplugged my ears.
You're fine. No, you're fine.
There we go. Yeah, we haven't counted them yet. I've separated them by size and by shape here. Let me see how Josh is better at this than me.
Yeah, we can track it on this phone. So
yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. I could see with that phone.
You have to go really slow.
Yeah. So here you can see I've done everything by size. So you can kind of see the breakdown. We have a lot of 9 and 10 millimeter. So there's Circle Baroques.
Maybe just show the SBs.
Yeah, these are the 9mm semi Baroques. So I just put those out because they're really colorful, really pretty.
Although a lot of the color has gone into the cup right there.
Yeah, I could see some
I don't know if
aubergines,
this
some
is
copperies.
of any value or not for you guys. Feels a little awkward on our end, but I guess we're all just figuring this out, right?
Yeah.
There's some
Pretty shapes, good sizes, beautiful colors. I see some golden ones.
Yeah. So, what else? What else would you like to know about?
Here's for.
Oh, you got Keshis
Keshi.
over there.
Keshi, right?
Yeah.
Really nice Keshi, big ones. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's these carved pearls.
Wow. Yeah, I
No.
can see that.
I don't know. I feel like this is a little tedious.
No.
Or is it interesting?
No, it is. It's absolutely interesting. Hey, what can you tell us about?
I plugged mine in.
Yeah, we're starting to have some echo.
Okay.
But
We're too close to each other.
Remember, this is happening live, so we can expect technical difficulties. And fortunately, the internet has been running, so it's amazing. I mean, I'm also here in Mexico, and the internet goes down every 30 minutes or so. So I've been fortunate.
Yeah, I was really surprised when we're in the other grafting room. I never get reception in there. I thought it was going to cut out straight away. So the pearl gods are smiling on us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, amazing.
So, for instance, you haven't counted them, but do you know how? You said you had around 50% of rounds this year, a little bit less than that. But did you have any pearl? Like usually you have those pearls that have a unique personality, and you say, "Oh, I love this pearl. I'll call it the Hulk," or this one is I'm going to call it the King of the Pearls, whatever name.
Yeah.
Did you find any pearls that you said, "Oh my God, this is a pearl I will always remember"?
One
So one that Celeste really flashed on is
here's my favorite right here.
Okay, there's your answer. So here, put it in the water so we can.
That little nipply one.
Okay, here, let me see it on your phone. Okay, so I don't know how well, but basically, like this one, this is one of Celeste's favorite ones.
Okay.
Here, like this, like the blue one is just to die for. It's not a perfect pearl, but it is super beautiful. I think the quality isn't very good on that.
No.
Hold on a second. Let me.
But this one. I've been following this one since it came out of the oyster.
Here, move. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the resolution on Zoom is probably not good enough for this kind of a thing, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So there's definitely a few pearls that really stood out for me. The bigger pearls typically tend to stand out more. Like if we get a big one that's really colorful, that'll really stand out in my mind because the big ones generally are just not that colorful. So when you get one that sort of breaks the mold, that's always memorable. But what was interesting this year is we got this whole host of like real kind of burgundy colored pearls. And I guess maybe some people call them kind of chocolate, but I feel like not really chocolate, just kind of ones like that.
Yeah.
You can sort of see there. Just like lots of them, they're just, I don't know.
Yeah, like red wine colored. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like red wine, like like just
Bordeaux.
Wow.
Bordeaux. That's what JR was calling them. So yeah, so in that it was a really special. That's what made this. That's what will stick out in our memory about this particular harvest.
So this year, your harvest strands that Patty is probably going to be making for you guys. Those new harvest strands basically will have some very amazing colors, unique colors. How about the white colored pearls that you sometimes have from your black lips? Did you get any?
Yeah,
white
absolutely.
ones?
Yeah, we got this big white one right here. Although, God, it looks so dark on the
white surface.
Maybe in there you can see a little better. Yeah. Yeah. So those are nice. They always kind of pop on the harvest strands. I think what will be fun will be sort of showcasing the burgundy pearls, having a couple of those in the strands. There obviously won't be a ton of them because, as you can see, like the amount of colors is extremely varied. So you can make like an only burgundy kind of strand, but Bordeaux, yeah. I guess it's kind of burgundy, maybe. I don't know.
Bordeaux.
Some kind of wine.
Kamoka Bordeaux.
Color.
I like that name.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Very French. So, well, I think unless you have something to share with us else, I mean, usually we get like tops 40 minutes. So I don't know if someone from the audience would like to make a question. Patty already made one, which you answered. And if someone else has another question that you want to ask Josh and Celeste, we have a couple of minutes.
Yeah, fire away, please. Although hopefully people can figure out the whole unmuting their own system thing, because I know that as a new Zoom user, that stumped me a little bit. So
you can write it also.
Yeah, you can write it. There's like a little chat thing. And the good thing about Zoom is that it allows you to record the video. So I'm going to, I had it record, and I will be able to share it for those that could not join us today for whatever reason, including Jeremy, that told me to say hello to you both guys. He's off today on somewhere else, so he couldn't make it. He was traveling. He said, no,
okay.
2 p.m. I'm traveling at that moment. So Hisano and Jeremy said hi.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, we don't, oh, there it is. What is the nucleus size grafted, and where do you source them from?
So we source them from Asia. Our favorite kind of nucleus is the mother of pearl one, because it has a higher rate of A-grade pearls, which is kind of cool. We were the first in Polynesia to actually work with that sort of a recycled nucleus. And yeah, we source them from Asia, China mostly. And the average size for this harvest probably would have been a 2.4. So 0.3, 10.3 millimeters. And the average size pearl would probably be a 9.5. So you have a little bit over 2 millimeters of nacre. So basically a little bit more than 1 millimeter of nacre on each side of the nucleus, which is it's that's like easily surpasses what we need them to be. So that's a nice thick coating that you won't have to worry about it wearing through or any kind of nonsense like that.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, that was a question by Steven. So we still have like 30 seconds of questions. If anyone else has a question, if not, let's wait for just like 10 seconds. And if not, I would like to ask you a question. How was this year with COVID? You know, many pearl farmers were struggling all over the world. So in your case, can you tell us if COVID was good or was it bad or it didn't even affect you guys?
I think for us, it was ultimately good. That might come as a surprise, but people were at home and they're buying stuff online, and we pushed real hard on our communications front. We did really well. Our son got us going on TikTok, and we within the first 6 months we had over 100,000 followers there, and we're at nearly 200,000 now.
Wow.
And that helped us.
Thank you all for joining on this first video of the Walk and Talk series that we're going to have on the pearlguide.com. Hopefully this year we'll have at least a couple more with other pearl farmers and other people in the pearl industry as well. Unfortunately, we ran out of time on the Zoom platform. This was the first experiment, so we'll get this solved in the next or upcoming episodes. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. This video will be posted on YouTube, and from there into the pearlguide.com forum for all members to enjoy, and everyone else as well. Please make sure to follow Josh Humbert and his famous sustainable Kamoka Pearls on social media, and visit his website. And thank you again for joining in. Have a great time. Thanks.